one of the
Cassity to find out what's new from the manufacturing side of the equation. Greg?
All right, Jim. I am just about 10 miles north of Martin, so hopefully we will get through this without the storms getting near me either. Okay. Good evening, all. I'm Greg Cassity. I'd like to welcome you to What's New, a monthly segment where manufacturers can spotlight their new products that are in development or being released. I'm always looking for new items, and suggestions are always welcome. First, some new books from Garbly Publishing Company. The Garbly Publishing Company is a small independent publisher of railroad history. Since 2012, Garbly has specialized in short-run books for authors with unique or niche railroad topics, with over 15 titles currently in print. First is Conrail Business and Research Trains, the Special Equipment Fleet by Brock Kirchner and West Reminder, coming in fall 2021. This is about 400 pages and is an 8.5 by 11 hardcover book. It goes for $80 and is available for pre-order. For all 23 years of Conrail's tenure, 1976 to 1999, the railroad maintained a fleet of specialized rail cars and locomotives equipped to test the conditions of its track, allow Conrail's management to inspect the right-of-way and facilities at the ground level, and show customers and potential customers exactly how their freight would move. The specialized rail cars in this fleet were split between Conrail's business train, often called the Office Car Special or OCS, and the railroad's Research and Track Department. Researchers Brock Kirchner and Wes Reminder have teamed up to author this hardcover book, anticipated to reach 400 pages. It will include the author's 3 decades of combined research, making it the definitive work on Conrail's special equipment fleet. Next is the Conrail Rainbow Years, Volume 4, the Erie-Lackawanna Commuter Region by Frank Guerin, coming in late summer 2021. It's about 90 pages, is 8.5 by 11 softcover, and costs $45, but is not yet available for pre-order. The fourth in a series of titles covering Conrail's first years of operations, 1976 to 1982, this book features more of the finest in early Conrail photography. The book covers Conrail's rainbow years on the New Jersey's ex-Erie-Lackawanna commuter lines, when motive power and a variety of patched out color schemes from New Jersey DOT and predecessor railroads operated through the area. A smattering of freshly painted Conrail blue locomotives, as well as other railroads locomotives that were purchased to alleviate power shortages, added to the color palette. This book covers the entirety of Conrail's commuter territory in New Jersey during Conrail's operations under contract to New Jersey DOT, with over 140 full-color images of Conrail's unique rainbow years. And this is The Railroads That Ran Along the Edge of the Road, Rail Adventures and Misadventures in New Hampshire and Vermont by Frank Kuiper, coming in June 2021. This book is 172 pages and is 11 by 8.5 inches and soft cover. It sells for $60 and is available for pre-order. Accomplished railroad author Frank Kuiper spent many of his formative years in towns and cities like this throughout Vermont and New Hampshire, spending the 1940s through the 1970s moving around the area with his family. His free time was spent exploring local railroads like Springfield Terminal, Claremont and Concord, Montpelier and Bear, Clarendon and Pittsford, and even the Mount Washington Cog Railroad. His travels and interest in the region also put him in contact with the Rutland and the various branch lines of the Boston and Maine, and placed him front and center for the early formation of Steamtown and the Conway Scenic Railroad. His personal contacts with several railroad officials at the time, including the former president of the Rutland, gave him access to information as events unfolded that would drastically alter the landscape of New England railroading. A mix of over 160 color and black and white photos illustrate the stories that are woven together to paint a picture of Vermont and New Hampshire railroading in its classic era. As specialists in the railroad marketing and advertising fields, the Garbly Publishing Company also offers a number of graphic design and web design services for nonprofits and for-profits alike, as well as photographic restoration and digital retouching for both companies and individuals. You can visit their website at garblypublishing.com or email them at sales@garblypublishing.com. Next is Carolina Craftsman Kits. CCK has just designed and released 2 new Western Maryland Railway kits. This is the HO scale Laurel Bank Train Order Office. It's based on photos of the train order office at Laurel Bank next to the boarding house on the Webster Springs branch south of Elkins. This kit has laser cut walls and Tichy windows and doors. It sells for $49.20 and is available now. And what you need beside it is the HO scale Laurel Bank Rest House, also called a bunk house or a boarding house. This was for the crews to get a hot meal and some shut-eye while waiting to make a return run. This kit has a footprint of 6 3/4 inches by 3.5 inches. It has laser cut brick walls to represent Insel brick, Tichy windows and doors, and custom cut screen doors. It sells for $86.85 and is now shipping. You can see these and more at carolinacraftsmankits.com or email Jeff Grove at jlgrove_cck@yahoo.com. Next is a new item from Locify. Got any ready to run or blue box waiting to be converted to Locify? Now there's a 3D printed mount for installing the Locify board in an Athearn. Athearn Ready to Run and blue boxes, being our most popular DC to Locify conversions, unfortunately have a big drawback. There exists no proper way to mount the Locify board. It ends up flopping around in the locomotive after a while. Well, now you can relax. We found that all or most of the Ready to Run and blue boxes have a common design. The plastic bracket has 4 small projections to hold the top motor clip. Realizing that, we have designed a mount around that and successfully 3D printed it to bring it to you. The mount makes it easy and aids in the physical installation of the Locify 2 module. The 3D printed mount for installing Locify 2 in an Athearn sells for $8. Make your Athearn blue box and Ready to Run installs easier with this 3D printed mount. The mount goes over the top motor clip and has 2 side cradles to house the module and the speaker that will stay in place. The install not only is made simpler, but it looks cleaner and more robust. Visit Locify at wifi-modelrailroad.com or email at wifi-modelrailroad@gmail.com. Next up is Monster Model Works. Monster Model Works has a new brick structure, the post office. The post office kit will retail for $69.99, but right now it's selling for $59.99. This brick post office is perfect for any small town. It could also be converted into any type of store, bar, etc., or you could change the signs and customize it for your project. The dimensions are 5.5 wide by 7 3/4 long by 3 7/8 high. The kit includes aged American Bond 3D engraved brick, aged brick corners, 3D engraved brick cornice pieces, engraved brick overlay inside the roof area, engraved terracotta coping wall caps, laser cut wood entrance floor, peel and stick laser cut pan type side door awning, peel and stick laser cut windows and doors, shutters, and tar paper roofing, rooftop pipe, porch supports, post office signs. It comes unbuilt and unpainted. You can save $10 on the post office until June 12th, 2021. Visit Monster Model Works at www.larkspurlaserart.com/monster-modelworks-products or email Jimmy@monstermodelworks.com. Last, we have Conowingo Models. Oh, sorry.
Can't hear it, Greg.
Okay. Conowingo Models is,
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Greg, if you stop sharing and reshare and click on the sound when you share, then we can hear it.
Okay, I think I've got it now without having to do that. Conowingo Models is releasing 2 new kits. Bring your model railroad to life. Funky buildings and railroad cars with a unique flair. At Conowingo Models, we believe that when it comes to your model railroad, there is no substitute for real wood. Conowingo Models is releasing the Whispering Chapel and the Whitby's Mill in HO scale. The first release is the Whispering Chapel in HO scale. Shown is the first prototype. Production examples will vary in that they will have some trim and optional stained glass inserts. Based on Maroltova Kapelika, Marolt's Chapel in Slovenia, this kit was adapted for life along American rails. With a small footprint of approximately 2 inches by 2 inches, this little chapel will fit just about anywhere on your layout. Exposed brick shows some wear and tear in the building. If the builder so desires, it would be easy to cover the exposed brick for a freshly stuccoed look. The first kits will be available this weekend and MSRP is $30. Secondly, we're proud to announce that the John Allen Tribute Kit, Whitby's Mill in HO scale, will be available for pre-order this weekend. It is planned so that all kits will be shipping before June 10th. Whitby was John's middle name and it seemed appropriate mill name. Based on the mill that John built for the first iteration of the Gorian Defeated and placed on Phillips Lake, this is a duplication of his efforts utilizing modern techniques. Some items are not 100% of what John did, but we tried to find a happy medium so that all hobbyists could enjoy the build at their own pace of model railroad history, own their own piece of model railroading history. MSRP is still to be determined. Visit them at conowingomodels.com or on Facebook, or email at chris@railrunner130@hotmail.com. That's what's new for May. I'm always looking for new products to spotlight. If you or someone you know has a new item out, please contact me at gcassidy2@verizon.net. But something came in at the last minute. We have some breaking news from Ultimation. I just received these photos. If you need to make any type of cuts in your strip wood where you can get something to butt fit like this, this is the tool you're going to need. These are teaser photos of something that Ultimation is working on, and we'll have more information on that next month. And that's all for my presentation.